When you were 8 years old, one summer felt like it lasted forever. The days stretched endlessly. School felt impossibly far away. A single birthday seemed to take years to arrive. Now something has changed. Weeks disappear without warning. Months blend together. One holiday ends. The next one somehow arrives. You look at the calendar and wonder where the year went. But the clock never changed. Every second is still exactly the same length. So why does your life seem to speed up? For centuries, people believed this was simply part of growing older, a strange feeling, an unavoidable illusion. But modern psychology suggests something much deeper. Your brain is quietly changing the way it experiences reality itself, and it has been doing it since your very first memory. One of the earliest scientific explanations came from the French philosopher Paul Janet in the 19th century. He suggested that time feels shorter because each new year becomes a smaller fraction of your entire life. For a 5-year-old, 1 year represents 20% of everything they have ever experienced. For a 50-year-old, it represents only 2%. The same amount of time feels smaller against a much larger life. It sounds convincing. But researchers eventually realized that explanation could not tell the whole story. A single boring afternoon can feel endless. A joyful vacation can disappear in a blur. Clearly, something else is happening. Your experience of time depends less on clocks than on your brain. Psychologist William James noticed something remarkable more than a century ago. He argued that life feels longer when it is filled with memorable experiences. Routine compresses time, novelty expands it. That idea has gained surprising support from modern neuroscience. Your brain was never designed to measure seconds. It was designed to detect change. Imagine walking into a room you've never seen before. Your eyes race across every detail: the walls, the furniture, the lighting, the sounds. Your brain records everything. Now imagine walking into your own bedroom. You barely notice anything. Your brain has already built a model. It predicts almost every detail before you even look. That prediction saves energy, but it comes with a hidden cost. When fewer new memories are created, fewer mental landmarks remain. Looking back, that period feels shorter. Neuroscientist David Eagleman has written extensively about this effect. He explains that our perception of time depends heavily on how much information the brain processes and stores. The more unique experiences you encode, the richer that period appears in memory. Routine leaves fewer traces behind. That is why childhood feels enormous. Everything is new. Your first bicycle, your first classroom, your first pet, your first real friend. Even simple events become permanent memories. Your brain treats each experience like valuable information. Children are constantly updating their understanding of the world. Adults usually are not. By adulthood, thousands of situations become automatic. Driving to work, making coffee, checking your phone, walking through familiar stores. Your brain predicts almost every step. Little surprises remain. Could your memories actually be controlling your sense of time? Experiments suggest they do. Researchers studying memory consistently find that unfamiliar environments create stronger memory formation than repetitive ones. More memories make periods seem longer when recalled later. This creates a strange paradox. While you're having an exciting experience, time often feels fast. Later, that same experience feels much longer in memory. The opposite happens with routine. An ordinary work week may feel slow while you're living it, but months later, it seems to have vanished completely. Your brain edits reality after the fact. Memory becomes your timeline. Another piece of the puzzle lies deep inside the brain's reward system. A chemical called dopamine helps regulate attention, learning, and motivation. When something unexpected happens, dopamine activity often increases. Novel experiences receive more attention. More attention creates stronger memories. Stronger memories stretch your sense of the past. As novelty declines, dopamine responses often become less dramatic. Daily life becomes increasingly predictable. The brain stops treating ordinary events as important. They pass almost unnoticed. This doesn't mean adulthood is doomed to race by forever. In fact, researchers believe the opposite may be true. Small changes can dramatically alter your perception of time. Take a different route home, learn a language, visit a place you've never seen, meet new people, try unfamiliar foods. Even tiny breaks in routine force your brain to pay attention again. Attention creates memories. Memories reshape time. Another fascinating clue comes from the study of attention itself. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi spent decades researching a mental state he called flow. Flow occurs when a challenge perfectly matches your abilities. You become completely absorbed. Hours seem to disappear. Your awareness of time fades. Athletes experience it. Musicians experience it. Artists experience it. Programmers experience it. Yet when they look back afterward, those experiences often become vivid memories. Again, time behaves differently in the present than in memory. The brain keeps using two different systems. One experiences, the other remembers. Sometimes they completely disagree. There is another reason childhood feels endless. Children have fewer responsibilities. Waiting becomes unavoidable. Waiting for birthdays, waiting for vacations, waiting for summer, waiting for adulthood itself. Adults rarely wait in the same way. Their schedules stay full. One task immediately replaces another. Deadlines overlap. Notifications never stop. The constant stream of obligations fragments attention. Psychologists have found that multitasking reduces the quality of memory formation. When your attention keeps shifting, fewer experiences become deeply encoded. The weeks begin blending together. Technology may amplify this effect. Many people spend hours scrolling through nearly identical content every day. One image replaces another. One video replaces another. Very little stands apart. The brain struggles to distinguish one afternoon from the next. That repetition quietly compresses memory. None of this means modern life is ruining your brain. It means your brain is doing exactly what evolution designed it to do. Efficiency kept our ancestors alive. Predictable environments required less mental effort. Danger demanded attention. Novelty demanded learning. Everything else could safely fade into the background. That strategy saved energy for hundreds of thousands of years. Today, however, comfort creates endless repetition. The brain adapts. Time seems to accelerate. Perhaps the strangest discovery is that your future experience of time is partly under your control. Not because you can slow clocks, but because you can influence memory. Researchers consistently find that meaningful experiences become stronger anchors in autobiographical memory. Meaning matters. Curiosity matters. Connection matters. The moments you remember most rarely involve doing the same thing for the 100th time. They involve change, growth, risk, discovery. The first conversation with someone who changed your life, the unexpected trip, the difficult challenge you almost avoided. The moment everything became different, those memories become landmarks. Without landmarks, entire years can disappear into a single sentence. People often say life moves faster as you get older. That statement sounds depressing, but it leaves out something important. Life does not necessarily move faster. Your memories become more compressed. Those are not the same thing. The seconds never changed. The minutes never changed. Only the story your brain tells afterward changed. Every day offers a choice. Repeat yesterday, or create something your future self will actually remember. Years from now, you probably won't remember every email you answered. You won't remember every ordinary commute. You won't remember every evening spent doing exactly what you did the night before. But you will remember the moments that interrupted the pattern, the moments that forced you to pay attention, the moments that reminded your brain the world was still bigger than your routine. Maybe time has never been speeding up at all. Maybe your memories have simply been leaving fewer footprints behind, and perhaps the length of a life was never measured by the number of years you lived. It was measured by how many moments were unforgettable.